Hi, and welcome to In Motion with Kristyna. This is your 15-minute Pilates class focused on upper body strength, postural control, and spinal mobility. Great for everyone looking to energize and open the upper body while staying strong and centered. Let's begin. Meet me on your mat with your legs crossed. Inhale, glide your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, softly lower them down with control. Inhale, reach up through your fingertips as if you're trying to touch the sky. Exhale slowly through pursed lips. Inhale, lift both shoulders up towards your ears and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This is a simple but powerful way to warm up your shoulders and your scapula. Inhale, glide your left arm up and over to the side bend. Inhale, draw diagonally and close. Imagine that your chest and arm is a book. As you inhale, you open, and as you exhale, you close. Feel the stretch in your chest and your arm. Now come back to the center and back to sitting position. Let's repeat to the other side. Inhale diagonally, exhale lower. Both sitting bones are on the mat. Feel the beautiful stretch across the ribs and chest. Inhale to expand, exhale to close the arm gently back down to mat. Inhale and exhale, then gently return to the center. Let's come to 4-point kneeling position. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Corset is wrapped around the waist. Inhale, lower the upper body. Exhale, push away from mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Imagine that your shoulder blades are kissing. And exhale, push away. This is your protraction and retraction. Great for your scapula warm up. From here, we're going to glide your arm forward, draw half moon shape, and back. Imagine that in your armpit is a sponge. As you glide in your arm towards your glutes, you squeeze in the sponge. So there is nice activation. Now bend your arms and draw full moon. Nicely all the way up. Your arm is long and lengthened. Imagine somebody's wrapping the corset around the waist and reverse. Nothing is hanging, just the arm is working. Doing great, warming up those arms and to the left. Glide towards your head and towards your glutes and squeeze the sponge. Imagine somebody is pulling the middle finger. So there is nice activation in your fingers as well. Now bend the arm and draw the full moon. Maybe now you notice that one or the other arm is more flexible, and that's okay. That's our body. And that's why we're here, to make our arms more flexible and also trying to make our body more even. Looking beautiful. Last one, long arm. Great. Now let's move to laying down on the mat on our belly. Legs are mat width distance apart, shoulders away from ears, and arms in W shape. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and chest off the mat. Inhale and exhale, lower. Inhale, push the mat away and exhale, lower. Scoop the belly in. Nothing is hanging. And lower. Inhale, exhale. Nice and long spine. Eyeliner to the edge of the mat. And lower. Inhale, exhale, push away. And lower. This is your breaststroke prep. 1. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, lower. Now we've got 2 more. Inhale and exhale, nice and long spine, eyeliner to the edge of the mat and lower. And last one, inhale, exhale, scoop the belly in and lower. Now bring your arms alongside of the body, shoulders on the mat. Inhale, lift shoulders and arms off the mat. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Inhale to maintain and exhale, lower, shoulders on the mat. Inhale, exhale, imagine that you're flying. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift shoulders and arms off the mat. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Scoop the belly in and lower. Feet are on the mat. Legs are not moving, just the upper body. This is your breaststroke prep 2. This is a great exercise which builds the foundational strength and control for what is coming next. This is also great exercise for your upper back strength. We've got a couple more. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the head and chest off the mat. Inhale to maintain. And exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Hold with me. Control movement and lower. Bring your arms on your forehead. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and chest off the mat. Inhale and exhale, lower. Shoulders away from ears. Legs are not moving. Scoop the belly button in. So we not breaking in your lower back, but we nicely lift it. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale to maintain and exhale, lower. Think about your long spine. Eyeliner to the edge of the mat. And lower. If you can't go all the way up, inch off the mat is counting as well. Don't forget that we are here to train in our body and then get better and better. So if you cannot really lift and it's just an inch, that's fine too. Everything counts. And now let's make one movement from all three exercises. So starting with W shape. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Change arms alongside of the body. Inhale, lift shoulders and arms, lift. Inhale, exhale, change arms to underneath your forehead. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Now do that in your own time. And think about chewing gum. This exercise should be gooey, something like meow. So nothing is staccato. Everything is beautifully slow and flow. And we repeat for one more time in your own time. Think about your breath and think about scooping the belly in, which will help you massively. And last one, beautiful, great job. Now with your support, push yourself off the mat and come to 4-point kneeling position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Scoop the belly in. Glide your right arm on the mat and with exhale, lift towards your head. Lower and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Nice and long arm. Great activation. Zip the corset around the waist. Nothing is moving, just the arm. Imagine that I've got my cup of tea on your lower back, on your spine, and you want to spill it because the arm is moving. And left. Inhale, lift and exhale, lower. Imagine that the mat is hot and as you going down and touch, you touch just for a second because you don't want to get burned. Inhale, lift and exhale, lower. Scoop the belly in and glide your left leg up and down, lower and lift. Letting go of any tension. This movement is smooth, strong, and stable. Keep your hips level, core engaged. Thinking about my cup of tea on your lower back, you want to spill it. And change the leg. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And then again, you can thinking about the floor as a very, very hot floor. As you're lowering down, you just want to touch for a second and lift back. Eyeliner to the edge of the mat, creating a long spine and come back. Now we're going to do it together. So right arm lift and left leg lift, up and down, lift and lower and stay. Stay, breathe, elbows slightly bended, no tension in them. Zip the corset around the waist and hold long lines. And change. Left arm up, right leg up. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. And stay in the position. Imagine that there is a long line in the middle of your body. Carry on through your arm and through your leg. and lower. Now you're ready for swimming exercise. So come down on the mat, lay down on your belly, long arms and long legs. With inhale, lift the head and chest and arms and legs off the mat. Left arm down, right leg up, and alternate. Let's go slow. Inhale, breathe. Really scoop the belly in. And let's go faster. Scoop the belly in, long arms, long legs, pointed feet. Look to the edge of the mat. Nothing is moving, just the arms and the legs. Everything is nicely lifted. Don't give up on me. If I can do it, you can do it too. Easily. And breathe. We've got a couple more. You can do it. And lower down. Well done. Now push yourself into shell stretch position. This is great for your lower back. You can wobble from one side to another. Inhale, exhale, shift your body forward into a beautiful snake stretch. Elbows slightly bended, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, exhale, back to shell stretch. Inhale and exhale, shift into snake stretch. This is a great for spinal mobility, better than cup of tea or coffee in the morning for waking up your spine. Okay, let's come to seated position on your mat. Shoulders away from ears, fingertips facing your heels. Inhale, exhale, lift those hips all the way up to the ceiling and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift into reverse tabletop and lower. Your knees are like a train track. They're nice and steady. Inhale and exhale. Imagine that your hips wants to touch that ceiling. All right, let's add on. Inhale, exhale, lift into reverse tabletop. Lift your right leg to a tabletop and lower. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Imagine balancing a tray of drinks on your hips. Keep it smooth, no spillage. This exercise opens the chest and shoulders. And swap sides. Left, lower, lift, lower, lift. This exercise also strengthens your glutes, hamstrings, and core. So let's thinking about zipping the corset around the waist. Really pushing the hips all the way up to the ceiling and lower. Hug your knees, give yourself a nice hug. And we're gonna add on as always. All right, let's come to seated position. Imagine that you are on the beach looking at the sea. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale, push down, exhale, push up. Imagine that in your shoulder blades is a juicy orange. As you going up, you squeeze that orange. This lift activates shoulders while opening the chest and improving your posture. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, and lower. Now let's take the right arm bend and left arm glide it towards us and stretch. Stretch the right arm. Push the head to your arm and change. Long spine, breathe. Push gently your head to your left arm and change. Let's do some rolls and circles with your wrists. That feels nice. All right, let's go to our beautiful and favorite leg pull exercise. Long legs. Inhale, exhale, lift and lower. Lift your hips all the way up to ceiling and lower. Inhale and exhale, lengthen from heels to crown like a plank of wood. Shoulders away from ears, elbows slightly bended. Lift all the way up and lower. Lift and lower. Well done. We're going to add on. Inhale, exhale, lift. Now draw your leg, bend it towards your chest. Lengthen and lower. Inhale, exhale, lower. You are like a ballerina. Beautiful. Develop it, then extend and lower. Now switch legs and lower. Activating the back body to lift hips and stabilize the pelvis. And lower. And lower. Well done. See, it wasn't that bad. Now come to a beautiful stretch to stretch everything and let go for a second. Inhale, exhale, roll back to seated position and come sit with your knees bent to the side, one hand on the mat under your shoulder and the other one behind your head. Inhale, exhale, press through your hand and shin to lift your pelvis up. Inhale, exhale, lower. Lift and lower. Lift your pelvis like a rainbow arching over the sky. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Really press into the hand and lower. We're going to add on. Now reach your top arm over and keep the body in one long line. Imagine you painting a giant rainbow with your top arm. Inhale, exhale, lift all over. And now adding on twist. So you glide the arm under your body and back up to the ceiling. As you add the twist, imagine gently turning to look under your top arm, like peeking under a curtain. Inhale and exhale, lower. Now let's swap sides. So sit with your knees bent to the side, one hand on the mat and the other one behind your head. And again, let's lift the pelvis like a rainbow arching over the sky. This is great preparation for the full side bend variation. And this exercise also strengthens oblique and deep core muscle. And let's add on. Lengthen everything. Inhale, exhale, lift. Push the mat away and draw the arm and paint the giant rainbow with your arm. Inhale, exhale, lift. Really push all the way up. You can do it. And twist. Inhale, exhale, peek under the curtain. Keep both hips stacked and think of lifting your waist away from the floor. You're doing great and lower. Well done. Let's come to seated comfortable position with your legs crossed. Glide your right arm gently across your body. Let your left hand guide it in close for a shoulder stretch. Turn your head softly to the diagonal. No need to break your neck, as my former ballet teacher would say. And change. Just imagine you're gently showing your profile to the audience with your face still in the spotlight. And now let's change. Bend your right arm and the left arm is gliding towards the left side and gently push the head to the arm. Feel the stretch. Breathe and change. Left arm bend it, right glide into the right side and push gently to your arm. Now utilize your hands and then lift your shoulders up and down, up to your ears and down. Give the upper body the nice stretch that your body deserves after this beautiful and challenging workout. Let's take your left arm, lengthen, and then glide gently those fingertips towards your body, shoulders away from ears. And changed, right arm. Long spine, breathe, enjoy the stretch. And now glide your arms all the way up to the ceiling with inhale and exhale, lower down gently, giving yourself a nice hug. And repeat, inhale and exhale, enjoy. Inhale to your ribcage and exhale, let it go. Thank you for watching the video. Take care and keep moving.